And hello, everybody. Welcome to this new edition of Against the Ropes. And once again, with my brother, my partner in crime, Ulises the Monster Diaz. Yuli, my goodness. So before we go any further, we got, first of all, my post is so real. You're so nice, you're so sweet until you're not.
That's right.
You just fought this Saturday.
That's
it
right.
was against Maxwell, your second fight against the same guy.
Yes.
And how long did it take you to get it done?
It took about a minute and a half. Guys, surprise, I'm back up out of retirement.
That didn't last long.
It didn't last too long at all. I had a great opportunity with Dirty Boxing. They threw an amazing event, star-studded. You know, John Jones was there, Mike Perry was there, Patrick Bet-David was there, a bunch of stars. The house was filled completely. Yoel Romero was the main event. It was an amazing show. And I fought Brian Maxwell for the second time, and I got him done in the first round for the second time.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but let's just
Yeah,
leave it as,
you guys know what I mean.
let's just because the truth is, it didn't start right. I mean, the guy had really bad intentions.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a little bit of a resentment because you've already
Absolutely.
beaten the crap out of him. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this dirty."
That's right.
And he really took it dirty. He rushed you. I think he got confused. I think he thought that you were the quarterback and he had to rush you.
Look, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt just because this is a new rule set. You're allowed to throw elbows. You box with smaller gloves. There's dirty boxing where you could grab
Is that
and tie plum, exactly, clinch. If somebody falls, as long as you're on your feet, you can ground and pound them. The bell rings. 2 seconds in, we know we're squared in. He goes for a double leg takedown, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a great takedown. He skied me, dumped me on the floor, and I got right back up to start killing him, you know, on the ground and pound. Referee stopped it, gave him a warning, and he apologized to me in the ring. He's like, "Oh man, I didn't know."
What do you mean you didn't know?
Yeah, I mean, he was at the same rule meeting I was, so
I
I'm
was
sure
just
he
gonna
knew.
say.
He said he had a surprise for everybody, so I guess that was a surprise. It backfired.
Espérate. So back up. So, you know, combat sports, the basic rules are pretty much the same.
Right.
So how is this different from, for example, bare knuckle?
Well, it's different from bare knuckle. You're wearing 4-ounce gloves. You're allowed to throw elbows. You're allowed to clinch. So elbows are different. That's the only thing that's different from bare knuckle. And you're allowed to ground and pound. When you drop your opponent, you know how in boxing they tell you to go back to your neutral corner? Not here. You drop your opponent, you keep attacking. You have 5 seconds of attack until the referee comes and stops it. Or if your opponent grabs you by your feet or kind of takes you down, then they stand you right back up.
Oh, dude, but that's intense because then you're in the middle of getting in the ground and pounding.
Right.
You gotta keep making sure you gotta get this done in 5 seconds or less.
Right.
Or make
But
sure that
so
you stand up nice and tight.
Exactly. If the guy for the ground and pound, he's fighting back and he's defending himself well, then they're just standing back up, you know. But if the guy's just balled up and you're taken away,
Done.
that's it, home run.
But you look flawless.
I feel great.
You look like you didn't even. He was partying the next day.
Listen, yeah, I was at Hard Rock Casino at the pool, at the Dare pool. Shout out to Sergio for getting me in there. Yeah, that's the way I like to get my paychecks. Walk in, handle business real quick, get out of there, and here you go.
That's why I've always said he's very nice until he's not. There's a switch. Real quick, I know we have a lot to talk about, but do you feel that switch going off?
I do. I tell everybody the same thing. You know, I'm a nice guy. I love being a nice guy. I love being great to people. But when I'm in that ring and it's time to do work, in that short amount of time that I have, I'm the monster. That's when the nickname, the monster, really comes out. And you know, it's time to get to work because this guy's on the other side of the ring trying to do some damage to me as well.
And that's why he has the fastest knockout, hands down. How many seconds was that? Like 12?
It was like 1.2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, but they counted it as 3.
Yeah, because it was almost like you sprung at him, and then he went down, and by the time the ref came, it was more the ref taking his time to stop the action.
Right. He was surprised himself, so they counted it as 3 seconds. But
If you haven't seen it, find it.
Yeah.
Ulises the Monsters Diaz or the Monster Diaz, fastest knockout. It's right there.
I see it.
It's right there. It's amazing. And, you know, for everybody that says that combat sports are dead, that everything, you know, is dying, well, now we have bare knuckle, we have boxing, we have dirty boxing, and it's growing everywhere.
I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think it's the golden age of combat sports. You know, we have all these different things coming up, all these different promotions. You know, we got the GFL's about to show up too. I want to see what they do. And we got Turk Al Sheikh over there in
Saudi.
in Saudi Arabia starting a new boxing league. So I think this is the golden age of fighting. If you're a fighter right now, it's a great time for you to, pick up sponsorships and pick up deals.
Yes, and talking about deals, bro, we gotta talk about everything
Yes.
because, Cinco de Mayo's coming.
Yes.
And I don't think, and I've been doing boxing just a couple of years, I don't think I've ever seen a weekend this packed.
No.
We have 3 days of pure, pero así, action-packed from Friday to Sunday.
And what a weekend to do it. Cinco de Mayo.
Claro.
Everybody's in the Drinko de Mayo.
The drink of the month. And it's going to take place. So we're going to have 3 different dates in 3 different cities. The first one is going to be in New York. The second one is going to be in Riyadh. And the last one is going to be in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So the first one in New York, in the middle of Times Square. I just can't even think about the craziness.
It's going to be in the middle of Times Square?
It's going to be in Times Square.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's going to be wild.
Oh, did you miss the press conference?
I did.
It was like unbelievable.
And this is Romero versus Ryan Garcia, right?
Exactly. So it's going to be
Wow.
Ryan Garcia against Rolly Romero.
Wow.
We're going to have Devin Haney against Jose Carlos Ramirez.
Wow.
And then, icing on the cake, we have Arnold Barbosa. And his opponent is going to be Teofimo Lopez.
That's going to be a hell of a fight.
So let's not forget, we're talking about la creme de la creme at 140 pounds. When was the last time you actually took the scale at 140?
Probably like 6th grade or something.
Well, judging by Junior, how tall is Junior now?
Junior is he's about 5'3", and he's about 170, 180. He's a big boy, big dog.
Yes, and he plays basketball like it's going out of style.
Yeah, that's his thing.
So,
Basketball and football are his thing.
Athleticism runs in your family.
Thank God, it's in the genes.
Amen to that. And let's talk about these young men. They're going to be right smack in the middle of Times Square. It's a great card. Any one of those cards can be a main event.
Well, no, we just named the first one. We'll tell them about day 2.
But wait, then day 2, here's a little bit of acidito for you. So we have Canelo Alvarez, who just picked William Skull to be his opponent.
That's right.
No disrespect, but he's looking to, own all the super middleweight titles. Skull is representing the IBF. Nobody knows Skull.
No, I know. The only thing I know him as he's a Cuban boxer.
School.
Yeah.
The way he says is school.
He's a Cuban boxer. He has a good record. I mean, I've never seen him fight, so it's hard to me to put him against Canelo. Canelo is, everybody knows, one of the best, the GOATs, pound for pound, best boxers in the world. So Skull better come with his A game. And the thing is, when you step into fights like this, I think that these opponents that they bring up, they're I don't think they're coming to lose. They're coming to try to win. So I'm expecting a good fight.
And this is the point. A lot of people, we don't know Skull. Right. We don't know what he's going to bring to the table. And you know what? A lot of times we get surprised. Right. But the truth of the matter is, can we criticize you for finishing Maxwell in a minute 20? Is it your fault that you show up and you're so dominant that it doesn't really matter how good your opponent is?
No, absolutely.
You just make it look easy. But it isn't. You still got clocked.
Right. No, and that's absolutely. That's like I tell everybody, fight night is easy. All the fighters know this as well. Fight night is easy. All the hard work you do right before getting ready, eating, going to sleep early, missing, events, doing things that you have to do in order to be ready on fight night. So fight night, it's the epitome of everything. It's where everything,
it's
culminates. It's the party. Yeah, it's go in there and do what you've been doing for the last couple of months.
So I hear a lot of backlash against Canelo, and people say, well, look at what he did against Jaime Munguia, and he took care of Berlanga, and now it's just another, I don't like to use the words that people use, because anybody that walks into the ring has my respect, because that's not an easy way to make a living.
Absolutely.
So with all due respect, I am going to go against all those fans that just are totally disrespectful. In my book, I want to think that this gentleman, like you just said, is going to come in tip-top condition and ready with a fight plan, with a strategy. And Canelo, like he's done with so many other opponents except Floyd Mayweather and Erislandy Lara, we can argue that. Right. But he's pretty much made everybody look pedestrian. I don't want to say humiliated, but very amateurish, pedestrian.
Yeah, Canelo's a different breed. I think, when he brings to the table his full professional boxing skill, technique, everything, Skull better be ready. And as per the talking trash about him, that happens to every great fighter. You know.
How do you handle that?
I mean, I let it roll off my shoulders because at the end of the day, I'm in there doing what other people are talking trash about. You know what I mean? We're in there doing it. And again, you know, you put in the training, you put in the hours. Some fights are easier than others. You know, some aren't. But just like Floyd Mayweather, he's 50-0. People talk trash. Hey, Canelo, he's got an amazing career, and people talk trash. Anybody's gonna find something to say. You know, the real fans, you'll hear them talking good about him.
Yeah, well, we need to be objective.
Right.
From an objective point of view,
I agree.
He is today, in my book, very humble. He is the face of boxing, but another great fighter is having perhaps the fight of the night or the weekend on Sunday. The monster, Naoya Inoue. He's coming back and he's going to be fighting in Las Vegas, and his opponent is going to be Ramon Cardenas. Again, that's another guy that has taken boxing for a spin.
Yeah.
He makes everybody look like deer on headlights.
No, he's his technique and his skill and his footwork is just amazing. And the power behind him. What does he weigh? What is he fighting at? Is that 130?
No, I think he's smaller than that.
Yeah,
But I got to get back. You know, it's one of those. I like what you said because his boxing is so pure. He's so like in the zone when he walks in. There's no space for mistakes.
No, he's super smooth.
Yes.
Smooth.
It's almost scary.
Never seen any wild punches. Everything's crisp. Everything's on the money. He's moving. It's amazing to watch him fight. And for that size, because I know he's got to be probably
tiny.
under 130. I think he's like 122.
You know what? May I get my phone? I'm gonna check it out.
Let's do it. We're gonna do a live.
This
Google
is
right
Augusto here. Our producer / cameraman / editor / thank you, love. I need to find out. Sorry. Because I don't know these by memory. I just don't. Naoya Inoue. The monster.
There it is.
Next fight.
Japanese.
May 4th against Ramon Cardenas, marking his return. His opponent is ranked number 10. Previous fight was in the U.S. in
Put weight.
Yeah. No, espérate. I just go box rec. I was just trying to find out if I could see about it.
Let's go. We have a live Google on here on Against the Ropes.
Super Bantam. That's 122 pounds.
122 pounds.
And
And he's knocking people out. Let me see. He's 29-0 with 26 knockouts.
Yes.
At 122 pounds, that's unheard of.
Yes. But look at this. Look at this. It's just. I think.
No, look, and he's fought big names. Nonito Donaire.
Nonito Donaire. Yes, and that was
Stephen Fulton.
And he went the distance. I mean, he still knocked him out in the 12th round. I mean, if anybody knows about hard-fought fights, is Nonito. I mean, remember that fight against Guillermo Rigondeaux? Hard-fought. I mean, he really sells his losses very expensive at a very high price. And Naoya knows exactly what to do.
No, Naoya looks fresh in the 12th round still, which is crazy. You know, these guys are on a different level of training over there in Japan.
So he's going to be closing our weekend up in Las Vegas. But how does it? It's not Cinco de Mayo.
Brinco de Mayo.
Brinco.
Yeah, he's going to be closing it off in Las Vegas. What is that? May 4th.
4th.
May the 4th be with you.
There you. Oh, but you.
That's a Star Wars thing.
So you go fight and then you're all of a sudden you're all like in tune with everything.
A little bit. I got a little comedy in me here and there.
I see that. Oye, comedy. BYB 38 main event. ¿Qué te pareció? Our boy, we are so proud.
My brother.
LT Smash Nelson took a win by unanimous decision against James Kennelly. It was a rematch. It was supposed to happen in the month of January. But due to, I'm going to spare you the details because we're not going to get into that. They had to do it yesterday, actually Saturday, and it had to be done in Wolverhampton. So it was right in Kennelly's backyard.
It was. Well, the first one was supposed to be, so this is their third, this is the third time they get set up for a fight. The first one was a draw. The second one was in January, which was going to be in Albuquerque. It was LT Smash's backyard. That got canceled. Now we went to James Kennelly's backyard in Wolverhampton. And let me tell you, what an amazing war. I got respect for both gentlemen. I honestly, on a personal level, really like both guys. I get along with both of them. I was in Manchester not too long ago. I spoke to James. He was going to come see me. He's a friend. LT Smash, I consider a friend as well. I spoke to him today and congratulated him. What a war. That guy is, I mean, in my rankings, in my opinion, he's in the top 3 pound for pound bare knuckle goats. He is a beast.
I wish it was just bare knuckle, but his record in kickboxing, boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, and then obviously Litway, the only Litway event sanctioned in the U.S., and he took that win.
That's right.
So if we know anything about Laurent T, that's why we call him LT, is the fact that he has no quit. And James Canelli, with a massive amateur record in boxing, obviously a very successful career in regular boxing, and he just fell short.
He fell
short.
Yeah. The way the fight started from the beginning, LT Smash, which usually he starts slow, he was kind of getting the better of him. If James Canelli went around, it might have been that first one, but after that, the zombie. I think LT Smash is his nickname. I think it should be the zombie because he just keeps coming forward. He's moving. He's in your face, constantly throwing punches. You know, he had James Canelli in trouble a few times in the fight. Shout out to James Canelli.
Wait. The reason why I'm bringing my score is because I did this fight.
Yeah.
So in the 4th round, Canelli goes down twice.
Yeah, that's right.
Twice. My respects, chapeau, because he got up, and I literally thought, LT is going to finish him off. Oh, no. Talk about will.
Yeah. And he kept throwing some big punches. He hit LT with one. I was like, whoa, you better watch out. Because he's on it, he's on his heels, but he's throwing some power.
Yes, and I was so happy to see that we promoted this fight. We talked about this fight for a long time, and it did not fall short from the expectations. Both men came to win.
That's right.
At the end, it was somewhat emotional for me to see such admiration.
Yeah.
It was a mutual admiration.
It was.
I mean, there was competition. There was a little trash talking there, but I think it was just because
they got love and respect for each other. They know, they both know what it is to get in there. They both fought each other before already. So, this was just a culmination of all this back drama, playing itself out in the Trigon. And LT came out victorious.
Yes, so congratulations to both fighters. We had an amazing bout, but obviously somebody had to end up with the hand raised, and that was LT, and we're always so proud. I was so happy to see his mom, his dad, everybody there. It's always a family affair with us.
Absolutely.
And talking about family affair, another guy that we know very well, Paul Hills.
Paul Hills.
Oh, the Soul Snatcher. Yes, El Ladrón de Almas.
Yes.
I love Paul Hills.
Yeah.
43 years old.
I know, that's my guy, man. I just turned 44. We're doing it for the big 40 dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's for those that missed out, Paul Hills was basically told that he could not fight, that pretty much he could end up in a wheelchair due to his condition with his back. And he's fought against every single prediction that people gave to his livelihood.
No, and he's fought everybody. He never turns down a fight. He comes in the fight at all times. He's a beast. Shout out to Paul Hills, man. Came through and won this one. What was it, a second round TKO?
Yes, it was in the 2 minutes, 46 seconds of the second round. It was against Dean Patterson.
Yeah.
His nickname, The War, and it was a war until then.
That's right.
But again, it's the attrition of wills. This was a war of not just technique and fight plan. This was, I am not going to give up.
That's right.
So I am so proud. Again, this is one of those opportunities that we get a chance to see an underdog, somebody that's very unlikely to become a hero, but he's definitely a role model.
That's right.
He's a dad, he's a good man. And at the end of the fight, he went to look on Patterson, make sure that he was okay. And then,
a gentleman.
Yes,
he's a
he's
great
a true
guy,
gentleman.
and he's the epitome of never give up.
Yes, absolutely. So again, we had an outstanding week.
That's right.
And we're gonna be at Myrtle Beach very soon.
Yeah, that's right.
So
We're gonna be in Myrtle Beach the beginning of April. So guys, come watch BKB. Catch us there if you're from there. If not, tune in and watch it. And one more thing. I don't know if you guys saw Dirty Boxing, but I called out Mike Perry. It's his promotion on his card. I would love to fight under his banner. We shook hands on it. We'll see when it happens.
I saw the little back and forth.
Yeah, we had a small face-off. Mike is I consider Mike a friend. We were respectful to each other.
Did you all fight before? Like you guys know each other from other events?
With me and Mike Perry?
Yeah.
Yes, we know each other from other events. We were actually
under the
twice,
same card.
we're in the same card a few times, and twice we were supposed to fight each other. We were contract signed and everything, and you know, with the promotion we were fighting for, things changed last minute, and that always fell through. So it's always been kind of something in the making. That's why I called him out under his banner and his promotion. Respectfully, man, let's make it happen. If we make it happen in Miami, we'll blow the roof off of anything.
You're my brother, and I love you. That's a big guy.
It's a big dude. Yeah.
But you
no
got
easy
this.
fights, baby. Let's make it happen.
There you go.
I got this.
See? Against
I
the
got
ropes.
this. I got
Against
this.
the ropes. And by the way, this weekend, I'm going to be in Cancun, the zone. Tevin Farmer is going to fight, once again, William Cepeda for that title. William Cepeda is really one of those fighters that everybody's
Tevin Farmer,
looking.
I like Tevin Farmer too.
Oh my God, his footwork is impeccable.
Yeah, he's nice.
And you know what?
You never know what he's looking at either. That's that one lazy eye.
Oye, que no respetas.
It's the truth. I know everybody's thinking the same thing when they see him.
We love Tevin.
Yeah.
We love Tevin, and we had a chance to see that fight, the first version in Riyadh, and now they want to go for a rematch. So stay tuned. That's on the zone this weekend on Saturday, all the way from Cancun with Golden Boy. And again, Myrtle Beach, we're coming up.
Let's go. Myrtle Beach, beginning of April. Catch us there, BKB. And Against the Ropes, we're here at you again. We appreciate you guys watching. Share, comment, like. Let us know what you think about the show, what we could do better. Against the Ropes, me and Claudia Trejos, the legend.
What he says.
And we're out.